What is going on YouTube? Hidden back making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's video, we're going to be looking at Litecoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum, as well as QDM to BTC, also known as QDM to Bitcoin. We'll be looking at the current coin market cap charting, as well as what the outcast is for Litecoin's potential halving, or Litecoin's halving that's coming up, and how that could affect the price. If any of that sounds interesting, make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, leave a giant thumbs up, and let's jump right into today's video. So before we jump into this current coin market cap, as you can see right now, I do actually have to refresh this. And while this is loading, I'd like to bring you over to an article posted by AMB Crypto, which is "Don't Believe the Hype, Litecoin's Price May Stay Grounded for a While." So definitely a semi-bearish article title, and I'd like to just dive into why that is. A little more analytical than I can give off of a speech on YouTube, but it says Litecoin's halving is just 5 days away. Litecoin mining reward will be effectively cut in half, and each of the miners will receive 12.5 Litecoin to find a new block from the current reward of 25 Litecoin. The final block reward halving will occur in 2140. So yeah, that's quite a whiles away, but yeah, some very interesting facts. Hopefully these facts do help you out. For those of you who wanted to know when the Litecoin halving was, that is in 5 days. The halving remains a popular topic for discussion among cryptocurrency enthusiasts if Google Trend data are taken into consideration. The term Litecoin halving managed to garner more attention than the creator of Litecoin, Charlie Lee. A hype that gained traction in mid-June was occasioned by the massive spike in Litecoin's price, surpassing the coin's 140 resistance. So very interesting. You can see right here the massive, spike with the Litecoin halving right there, and at the same time we saw the price of Litecoin shoot up as well, which is quite interesting. So it then says Litecoin exited the crypto winter well before the halving, and as it draws closer, many speculations have cropped up regarding its possible divergence, despite the fact that many in the crypto community have predicted a bearish market for the silver coin. After the recent market dip, Litecoin was up by 200%. 196 is, you could pretty much say 200% since the start of the year. So since January, when the coin was like $28, it has shot up 200%. Since the start of the year, surging from 30 to 90 at the time of writing. Okay, so there you go. Cutting through all the noise, the increase in price was coincidentally met with an increase in hash rate, which peaked to reach an all-time high of 523 on July 14, 2019. A growing hash rate showed impressive mining fundamentals, and the halving neared the community. So doesn't look too bad all in all, but it says Bitcoin and for many other cryptos have very important sound money properties, which are scarcity and limited supply, or scarcity and limited supply of currency. Satoshi Nakamoto made sure this would be a factor and would allow his brainchild to flourish. Due to this particular property, the rise in price a year before the halving is seen in both Litecoin and Bitcoin, as we know. So very interesting. Are we going to continue to see that? So this is pretty much the most important part right here, this last couple sentences. So coupling the sound of money properties with the sentiment of people, especially miners, a rise in price makes a lot more sense. Humans are creatures of habit. Everything in this universe is mathematics, right from the basic building blocks of life, DNA, to the solar system and the galaxies. They all follow fractals that repeat over a different time frame. The same can be seen in the price cycles of Litecoin and other cryptos. Hence, it can be concluded that while Litecoin will not post any major rallies right after the halving, prices are bound to soar eventually as demand increases when supply decreases. And as we know, that is exactly what's happening. That is the whole, purpose of the Litecoin halving. That is the whole purpose of splitting the blockchain halving reward from 25 to 12.5 is so necessary because of how scarcity, how scarce some of the things are. The fact that some things are bound to increase in price because of the demand that's behind it, and when we limit the amount of supply that's offered and we take some of that away, it becomes much more difficult to obtain, and prices they rise from that. So moving on to the current charts, we did notice that a very odd pattern did happen yesterday. A couple of you guys are saying this is the first time we saw any sort of particular positive energy move into Litecoin's price, and you're right on that. You can see right here, this was the confirmation that we kind of needed to indicate that there was a potential bottom in this market right now. So we definitely could have that $90 is the bottom for Litecoin, and we could start to see prices increase after that. What's nice to know is that we are finally broken out of this downtrend right here. We have this bearish downtrend right here with resistance tested numerous times, and we finally did decide to break bullish out of that. Now we're nearing an appropriate level of around $100 near resistance. We do have this death cross right here, which I did make a video on, and the fact that this red band is crossing over the green isn't necessarily a bullish thing. It's actually a bearish one. So we are looking for confirmation of prices moving back up to $100. So I think in the short term, due to the fact that we're only trading at 44 on the relative strength indicator, does give me reason to believe that we should see this price retest $100 before we see any sort of accumulation and moving up to, you know, higher price levels. But we definitely are going to start to move up in volume. I'm not too sure if it's going to be directly after the halving, but I do think prices will continue to move back up. This was a very small retracement when you look at the bright side of things, and with this consolidation, we should start to see movement higher. Now that was only, you know, 200% gains was only up to $90. We've seen prices as high as $140, $150, which, as we know, for a $28 coin is like 300 to 500% gains across the board. So absolutely wild. But we are starting to see the prices climb up now. So be a little consistent. It doesn't look like we're going to see just yet any major outbursts in volume like we've seen previously. It looks like the market is still trying to recover from what just happened, but I do think we are kind of hitting the bottom for things right now, and we should start to see movement move back into the markets, and then we should start to see these coins branch to higher levels. Now, the cool thing about Bitcoin, I don't know, cool to me, but maybe not cool to you, is we do have this uptrend right here that is carrying the price, or was carrying the price, to higher levels, and you'll notice what's happening right now. Not only did we hit our support, which is $9,370, we also are having this uptrend, which did help carry the price, now start to act as a resistance, and it is going to limit the price. It's almost acting as a price ceiling, and it's limiting us from pretty much breaking above that. You can see we're testing this right now, and we have no luck breaking through. Now, the cool thing is we are pretty low on the RSI, trading at, I think it's 49 on the relative strength indicators, and we are quite low. We just pretty much retested the high-low middle moving averages. There is potential for a death cross to happen, but if we start to head up, there should be a divergence in a market, and the high-low MMAs will stay separated, and then we should get carried, above this RSI, above this uptrend, and move back and complete the ascending triangle. So I do really think we are going to break and bust back into here and then start using this as trade volume. But up until then, we're pretty much going to have to wait and consider the possibilities that we do break bearish. But I think as soon as we break this uptrend right here, that does grant, I'll probably buy in at that level, because I do think we'll have potential to be moving back up and retesting our previous highs. So I am waiting for that. That does look good. I do think, like I said, if we do break above here, we should continue to then, trade out within the rest of this ascending triangle that was forming here on Bitcoin's US dollar daily Coinbase charts. So now to move on to Ethereum. Ethereum, again, is in some sort of consolidation, figure. You can see once again, it is pretty much just literally trading out sideways in between its channel right here. Bottom support holding out quite well. Top resistance holding out quite well. Resistance up top is around 230. Support at bottom is around $197 to $200, if not a little lower, maybe like $195. And you can see it just merely looks like we're going to trade like this until we reach out to our previous uptrend right here, which you can see is slowly raising the prices to higher levels in this major, ascending triangle that's forming right now. But I do think we should see a confirmation like this. So even if we started an Elliott wave, which looks like this, if I can find it, here we go. We could start something like this, where we have our first move, and then we have the second, third. We could anticipate movement like this. So you can see here that we just completed the second wave. This was the first, and now we headed down, retesting the bottom support, and now we are expecting to see a fourth point of contact. So I am looking for prices to be driven up, retesting 316 or around that level. That goes with Bitcoin as well as Litecoin. Now lastly, to wrap up today's video, we're looking at QDM. You can see QDM once again is in a major downtrend right now. Major downtrend, tons of resistance, but what it looks like it's doing is merely trading out sideways, consolidating like the rest of the market. And when we do see these other bigger altcoins like Litecoin, Bitcoin, and Ethereum go, QDM should be able to get enough volume to go like this. That's about it. But otherwise, guys, that's going to sum up today's episode. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, leave a giant thumbs up. I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Peace.